Welcome to a new video. We're back on the bank. Well, nearly. I'm just getting loaded up to walk across the field. I'm actually heading across to a lovely little lake, sort of hidden away in the hills. It doesn't get a lot of attention. The car park is actually free. It's just me here today, so hopefully there's no one on the lake and I've got it to myself. And we've got some very mild weather for this kind of time of year. It's a little bit windy, pretty wet, and it's difficult to film and fishing, but it should get the fish stirred up and hopefully produce a few bites. And I'm going to be trying a slightly different tactic today, something that I've seen sort of popularised quite a bit recently, and I just wanted to give it a go and sort of try it out for myself. So the plan of attack is to get loaded up, head across the field to the lake, and get some rods out for a couple of hours and see if we can catch one. So let's get kitted up, let's get on the move. That was a total disaster. Got up to the lake, only to realise I'd forgotten my landing net. What a disaster that was then. What an absolute fail that was. I can't believe how much went wrong yesterday. A few other things went wrong outside of fishing. I don't need to tell you about that, but yeah, it was a bit of a disaster session yesterday. If you didn't realise what happened, I basically did an intro, went to walk across the field towards the lake, got to the gate, and as I put the rod bag down to open the gate up, I realised there was no net attached to my rod bag and I'd forgot my landing net. So obviously I can't go fishing without a landing net, so I decided to sack it off. It started raining, to be honest. The storm was coming in a bit earlier than planned. I only had about 2 to 3 hours fishing anyway, and I thought by the time I go home, get another landing net, come back to the lake, I was going to end up losing too much time and it wasn't really worth the hassle. The light levels would have been going by the time I got back to the lake. So I ended up sacking it off. I actually decided to go and pick the lad up from school. Spent a few hours with him before I went to bed, and then I ended up having a look at some of the footage that I'd done just to see how it went. And to be honest, that was rubbish too. So you would have already seen it because I decided to leave it in just to give you the feel of the disaster, because it's not gone well. And essentially the light levels were off on that bit of footage. Now some of you might not even notice, but normally it would be a little bit more green and brown and match the kind of general colours you're going to get of this time of year, but it had a little bit of a tinge of blue. And the reason for that is because I shoot in manual a lot of the time, and I'd left the settings the same as when I was filming some product stuff. I was doing some indoor footage and photography stuff for some products, and essentially I had the light levels changed to like tungsten, so indoor lighting, and I'd left it set up for that. So essentially I was shooting for like indoor lighting outdoors, which is why it's got a weird tinge to it. But I left it in there because it was relevant for this session. You know, we try and sort of show everything warts and all. And yeah, that didn't go to plan. It's been a disaster, and I just thought I'd show you it for what it was. So yeah, but anyway, hopefully today we can turn it around. Well, I say that, it's already gone wrong. So I've walked across the field. I decided not to film anything. I just wanted to get to the lake because the weather's been terrible for filming. And I fell over, basically. I managed to slip over halfway across the field. And then I've got to the lake. I've got the camp set up. So Brolly's all set up down there, and I've got everything ready, sort of out the rain, in the dry. And then I went to sort the GoPro out to start doing a bit of filming, and I realised there's something missing. So on top of here, there should be a muffler, which basically stops any wind noise on the GoPro. This is basically the media mod, and a muffler goes on here. And basically I've lost it. And I'm imagining it's probably somewhere back in the field. Now, I'm obviously not going to find that, so that's gone. But the worst part is you can't buy them separately. You have to buy just a media mod on its own. I guess I could try and customise some of it myself, but a media mod is 80 quid now. So yeah, that's 80 quid potentially I'm going to have to chuck out to get another one. So absolute disaster there. So anyway, it is what it is, but we're at the lake. I'm babbling. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some rods in the pond, get a fish in, and then Hopefully we'll catch one. Let's get some rods out. Right, rod number one going out then. Solid bag, injected with a load of the bug amino smoke. Gonna send this one out pretty much straight in front of me, over towards the windward bank, as we've got a lovely mild wind front, windy stormy front in at the moment, and I can imagine the fish might be pushed over towards that bank more. So let's get it out there. It's a good drop. Out she goes. Right then, that is both rods out. We are fishing. I've got two just out in front of me, over towards that windward bank. Hopefully the fish are over there. There's a lovely old stream that runs through here, as this is a reservoir, and there used to be a stream that went through here, and they've basically dammed that stream. And basically where the stream runs through, about halfway to 3/4 of the way through, there's a slight depression in the bottom, and that tends to be quite a nice area where the fish seem to patrol at this time of year. It's always produced fish over the years, so hopefully it does the business today. Come on, carp. The rod's been out there about 5 minutes. Oh, he hasn't picked that up. What's going on? The guy's swimming at me now. How has he picked that rod up? Oh dear, how has it picked that up? The rod's literally been out for about 5 minutes. I just sat down and had a mouthful of coffee because I hadn't had a drink this morning, and I've always got to kick off the day with some coffee, but I thought I'd get the rods out quick and get fishing, because we haven't got long today. I've dropped the lad off at school and then shot up to the lake after having an absolute disaster yesterday and forgetting the net. I thought I'd just try and crack on with things and hopefully we can get a bite, and literally that has been out there for 5 minutes and we've had a bite already. Now unfortunately it's managed to wipe out the other rod, even though they weren't really that close together. I can't believe it's managed to do that, which means I'm going to have to redo the other rod, which is 2 solid bags down already, which is a bit frustrating, but it's all right when you get a bite on them, but getting it wiped out is a bit frustrating, having to tie another one up. But yeah, it is what it is. God, this fish has really got some beans. Right, in you go, mate. And he's in. Ah, happy days. I'm not going to get him out and mess him around. I'm going to just let him go out the net. But fish number one, we're not blanking. There you go, buddy. Have your freedom. Sorted. What an absolute result that was then. I am buzzing. I've never been happier to catch a 4 or 5 pound mirror. What a wicked result. I was literally sat on the chair under the brolly. It was raining. I was looking out thinking, this has gone so wrong. Like, is it even worth bothering? Should I just not bother and go home and sort of start again another day? But no, I decided to come out. I persevered, and 5 minutes in the right place and the rod has gone off. And it just shows how important short session fishing can be. You know, if you've only got a short window of time, you can still get out and get bites. You know, if you use the right tactic, pick the right venue, you can get bites really quickly. And sometimes it is the way that you're fishing and the venue you're on that is going to dictate if you get a bite this time of year. You know, I've come out, the weather's absolutely banging for it. It's mild, it's got a good wind on, we've had a bit of a storm. You know, it's going to fire the fish up, get them searching around for a bit of food. And I've put 2 solid bags out, loads of attraction in there, loads of liquids. I've put out some freebies, and bang, 5 minutes, the rod's away. So yeah, absolutely buzzing with that. It's turned around what was essentially, well, in my eyes, I thought was going to be a blank. You know, it already started off badly. Yesterday was rubbish. Today it hadn't started off great. And we've managed to catch one. So yeah, I'm really happy, to be honest. And it's nice to have put a fish in the net. So anyway, one of the things I said in the intro to this video yesterday was I wanted to talk about a tactic that had been quite popular through 2024. You know, people put out quite a lot of content on it. I've tried it a few times, and actually more recently I've been using it. I've kind of been using it this year in the solid bags, and I do think it's been making a difference. Now, I don't like jumping on the bandwagon of new tactics and all this sort of stuff. And to be honest, it's not a new tactic. It's not a new thing. It's been around for years, but it's been sort of popularised recently by Corda. And I'm sure you're probably going to know what I'm talking about. So yeah, it's been working for me. So I'm going to sit down now and just show you what I'm talking about. And it'd be interesting to see what you guys think. So what is this tactic? What is this rig change that I'm talking about? Well, you've probably all heard about it. Corda popularised it through 2024 with their underwater videos, and that is the shot on the hook rig. Now, it is nothing new. It's been used for years. I have used it quite a long time ago. Can't say I really found it made a difference back then, but to be fair, my knowledge of rigs and how things work has changed massively, obviously, since the last time I probably used it, which was 15-20 years ago. So yeah, I've definitely got a little bit more food for thought to put towards it now, but I just wanted to give it a go. So a lot of people have been using it on their Ronnies or their conventional rigs, but I wanted to try it on something different, and the reason for that is I wanted to try it on something that I had loads of confidence in and also was very consistent in where it hooked, and that is the solid bag. Now, the solid bag rig is probably the most consistent rig that I've ever used. It always hooks the fish in the bottom lip, around about the centre. Sometimes a little bit left, sometimes a little bit right, but always in the centre of the lip, and they are absolutely nailed. And that's why I wanted to try it, because the way I look at a solid bag rig is the fish get caught in that bottom lip, and I think it's because it's the most protruding part of the fish's face. You know, as the fish uprights itself or ejects your rig, that hook length straightens, it catches in the bottom lip, and that's because it's almost the last point of contact. If it misses that point, it's out of its mouth and you've been done. So that's why I think it catches there, because it's the last point of contact. It is the most protruding part of its face, so it's the most catchable part of its face essentially, and that's why I think it gets caught there. Now, that's great, and I've caught loads of fish on a solid bag. It hooks them really well. They tend to not drop off. But how about if we can hook them a bit quicker? And that is why I decided to put the shot on the rig on, or the shot on the hook, onto my solid bag rig. So I've not changed the rig itself. It's still the same rig, but I've just added a BB shot onto the rig itself, and I've actually put a number 4, which I believe is half of a BB, just a little bit further back. And the reason for that is I basically just want this rig to drop straight into the bottom cavity and drag along the bottom of the cavity so it catches as quick as possible. And so far I have found it's making a difference. Now, it seems to be hooking them further back in the mouth. You know, I'm probably getting the fish hooked up with that much sort of the rig, sort of half of the rig back in its gob, before it's even getting to the lips, which to me means it's reacting quicker, it's hooking them faster. And if that is the case, then that's, you know, potentially catching more fish, or at least it's hooking them before they've got a chance to eject it, which is a great thing. So I don't know if it is making a difference. It's definitely giving me better or different hook holds. It's hooking them quicker, I believe, but I don't know if it's making a difference. I don't know if it's catching me more fish, but it definitely seems to be hooking them faster than a conventional bag rig. But what do you guys think? I'd love to know what you think. Get involved in the comments. Do you use it? Has it made a difference? Do you think it's hooking them faster? Is it making any difference to your catch ratio? Are you catching more now, do you believe? You know, let me know in the comments below. And you know what? I'm going to pick one of you at random, and I'm going to throw some freebies your way for helping me out. So get involved in the comments. I'm going to send you the components that I use for my solid bag rig. So you're going to get some hooks, some hook material. I'll chuck you some hook baits as well, and maybe a few other bits in there as well, so you can go out and basically use what I'm using to catch yourself some fish. So yeah, get involved in the comments, and I send out some freebies to say thank you. But anyway, I need to focus on the fishing and not on the camera. So let's get back to what I'm doing and see if we can catch another one. So right under again, it's a very subtle bite. Hopefully it's not a bream. He says that, and yeah, I think it could be a bream. Oh, yeah, there's nothing really happening here. This is definitely a crank it in situation. I imagine we've got ourselves a bream. Always on the cards when you're using solid bags and stuff. Not ideal, but it is to be expected. You know, solid bags are a great tactic, but yeah, you do end up picking up bream and stuff. It's just part of it, really. You know, if I was fishing for them, I wouldn't really mind. But he's absolutely nailed. Look at that, nailed in the bottom lip. But there you go, mate. Gonna have to tie another bag up now. Right then, let's get this rod back out. After that bream, we've got a fresh bag. Send her out there. Trying to get that line down quite quickly because we've got a side wind here, so just trying to get it down quick to try and get it sunk so I don't get a massive bow in a line. Right, that is sorted. Right, that rod is back out fishing. I'm going to put a few more freebies out, I think. Right, that rod is back out fishing. Hopefully you found that bit of info on the sort of shot on the hook interesting. Like I said, get involved in the comments. Let me know what you think. Obviously, you got a chance of winning a few freebies as well if you do sort of get involved and give me some feedback. But yeah, it's quite interesting, and I do think it's making a difference. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if any of you guys have used it on a solid bag, or if you do use it yourself on your other rigs, and kind of what's happened from your experience. But anyway, that rod is back out. I've put a few more freebies out as well. Hopefully stir the fish up and get ourselves a bite. Now, I haven't got long left. You know, it's such a short session today. I'm only fishing till midday. I think it's near enough 11 o'clock already. So yeah, I've only got about an hour to go, but hopefully we've got enough time for another bite. One thing I did want to show you though is the conditions that I'm fishing in, because this lake it's just awful at this time of year, but I've got to show you it. So have a look at this. Just look at it. It's just a sloppy, boggy mess. And you've basically got to skate around in this to get to the rods. Look at it. It's just an absolute sloppy bog. Unfortunately, it's like it every year. It just turns into an absolute bog, this place. And it's a slope down to the rods as well, so you've got to be careful going to any bites or going down to your rods at any point to not go head over heels, because it is very, very slippery. Well, I've just seen one stick its head out and nothing's happened on this left rod, but I've actually seen one stick its head out over towards the reeds. So I'm going to bring in this left rod, I'm going to basically put a solid bag on and send it over towards there. It wasn't too far away, to be honest, from this rod. It was more towards the sort of end of the reeds in line with that swim, but this one's been on a standard bottom bait and it's not gone off. I'm going to put a rod over there and see if that'll do the job. Let's get him out. Oh, that is literally where that fish showed. Whoa! Nearly went for a flyer then. God, see what I mean? It's an absolute nightmare, this bank. Right then, we are back under the brolly, and guess why? Yes, it's raining once again. Yes, it's been a very wet and windy session. The wind's actually calmed off a bit, but the rain is very persistent, and it is at this time of year. And to be fair, it seems to be very persistent throughout the year in the UK. It just rains and rains and rains. But anyway, yes, I haven't got much longer left, to be honest. I've redone that left rod, put it out towards that fish that showed. Hopefully that goes off before I have to shoot off. I'm just polishing off my coffee. Just sitting out the rain, to be fair, just chilling before getting going. So I've got a few jobs to do, got to go pick the lad up as well, so it's going to be a full-on afternoon, I'm sure. But I actually thought to myself, we haven't announced the latest giveaway winner. So Hugh did a giveaway. It was the first video of 2025, and he went out in Arctic conditions, and he was fishing with naturals. He was fishing with maggots, and he gave he did a giveaway where you could win a £25 voucher to Woolly Worms. And essentially, we haven't announced the winner. We were supposed to do it in the last video because we both went out together, and we completely forgot. So I've used a random generator to pick a comment off of that video. And I've basically found someone that's won. So I've saved it on my phone. And the winner is Outdoors with Tom. And he put, personally, I would get a mix of worms and maggots with £25 and just use both. Bound to catch at least one of them. On at least one of them. Yeah, fair point. Cracking video yet again. Tight lines. Yeah, awesome. Well done, mate. You've won the £25 voucher, so get in contact with us and we will try and get that across to you, probably email it across so you can just go on there and order what you want. And thanks to everyone that got involved and commented. We had about 200 odd comments, so thanks to those 200 people that got involved. And obviously make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the videos, because that way you can enter into future giveaways. We do one every month. I've actually done one in this video. Obviously, it's only a little mini one where you can win a few bits and pieces that I'm using today. But if you're interested, obviously get commenting and let me know about your ideas on the shot and the rig. But anyway, yeah, well done. And thanks to everyone that gets involved. Thanks for all our new subscribers. We appreciate the love. We know we're not far off 12k now, which is really cool. And the channel is gradually growing all the time. So yes, thank you very much. But anyway, I am going to polish off my coffee. And I'm then probably going to call it quits, but we'll see how we get on. I've still got a bit of kit to pack down and get tidied up before we bring the rods in. So you never know, the rod might still rattle off. But anyway, bottoms up. Coffee always tastes better on the bank in the winter. Really does. Come on, fish, let's be having one. Well, I guess I had to do something else to fit with the disaster start, and I've managed to drop the cap for the lens in the mud. Perfect. That is not ideal because that's going to have a load of grit on it now, which could scratch the lens. So I'm probably going to have to wash it off in the lake and then try and dry it off with the towel. There's always something going on, isn't there? Oh well, it is what it is. Let's try and sort that out. I was just about to pack up. And the left hand rod that was cast across to the far side has gone off. Oh, I thought I had a carp. It's a bream. It's a decent slab of a bream. Well, that would be why it was doing a bit more. Right, well, not the end of the session I was hoping for. I've just had a bream and slipped it back. And I'm packing down and it is absolutely pouring down. I've just had this huge downpour come through and I'm absolutely soaked and I need to get going. So I've left it as long as I can. I've accepted the fact that I'm just going to get drowned on the way back. So I'm going to finish the video here because I need to pack the camera away before I take down the umbrella, because once I do that, everything's going to get drenched. So yeah, that is the end of the session. Only the one carp, but I had a few bream as well that got the bobbins dancing. Hopefully you found it interesting. Remember to get involved in that discussion and get your chance to get a few freebies. And well done to this month's winner for the giveaway that Hugh did at the start of the month. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give the video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. And thank you very much for watching. Get out on the bank, enjoy your fishing, and most of all, be lucky. See you next week. I've got to walk home in the rain now, or walk back to the van in the rain. Oh, this has been a bit of a disaster, let's be honest. Come on then, let's man up, let's get it done. You're slimed up now. Oh, there you go. Wrong way, mate, that way. That's it. Ah, yuck. Look at all that slime. Ugh.